and he's not going after these individuals. So the law is not being enforced. We are not, even though it says they shall. This is a very important step because it would provide transparency if there is an actual trial for the American people to see exactly what is going on the border. We're going to get to Mayorkas in a second, but I want to point out to everybody right there on the right-hand side of the screen, these are live images from our drone down in the El Paso area, and you talk about disparate, border enforcement areas, and what's happening right now down in the El Paso area, Brandon Judd, is that you've got some illegal immigrants that are cutting razor wire, they are crossing the fence, they are actually turning themselves into Border Patrol, and then about 15 miles up the road, you have cartels that are helping other illegal immigrants sneak into the country. So there's different...
Hi everybody, I'm a few minutes early. I'm still trying to figure out how to connect to Instagram. If anybody's on, go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know you're here. We're going to be working on a lemon wreath today.
Which then requires us to deploy our men and women to that location. When we deploy our men and women to that location, it leaves other areas open. And that's when the cartels cross our higher value products. Whether that's the fentanyl.
It seems like I went back and read the instructions for Instagram, and it seems like I still don't know what I'm doing. So it's still not feeding through.
So when you talk about the discussion of a policy issue, why wouldn't we put a policy in place that would be able to stop this? It would be a very simple policy, and that's what Mayorkas is failing to do. Mayorkas just answered
for some reason it's just not connecting. So let's get to that. Okay, well, I'm going to just ignore it again.
Our immigration system, however, is fundamentally broken.
And then we'll go ahead and get started. If you're joining me, make sure you say hi so that I know you're here. I did figure out the comments yesterday, so I can see those now. And I'm going to start off by just talking about the materials that I'm using for the lemon wreath that we're going to do today. All of these florals are from the Dollar Tree, actually. And these berries are actually an Easter item. So I don't know if you would be able to find those right at this moment. They're just little yellow foam berries. And then I am using, it's called Larkspur. And it's just like a pale, it's got like a lemon yellow tint to it with some greenery at the end. And then this one is called Spike. And it's white with just a hint of yellow in the center of them. And then the little white seed pods at the end. Okay, so those are what we're going to be using in a little bit. So we'll lay them off to the side. Some more berries. Okay. Going to be using 4 artificial lemons. And I use a bow maker because we're going to actually make a bow to attach to this one today. So if you are able to do that without a bow maker, that's good. I have 2 pipe cleaners here, but we need 1, I think, is all we need for attaching our bow. And then we're going to be using 2 different ribbons. I'm using this yellow and white check ribbon, type of canvas. And then this ribbon, I think I got this at Sam's Club last year, maybe the year before. It's got like the lemon wreath on it that says hello in the middle. So those are the 2 ribbons that's going to go into our bow. And then our base is going to be, I got these off of Amazon. This is a pre-lit 15-inch boxwood wreath. I looked them up today because I bought mine a couple years ago, and I wasn't sure what pricing would be. When I looked it up today, it was about $15 for one of these. I knew I didn't pay that much for this, so maybe if you watch, you could find better deals, or maybe even check somewhere else. But this is the base. It's got the green boxwood with little white sprigs throughout and yellow. And then the back, this is the base, and it's got the battery compartment because it is pre-lit. And I made this design. It is only a 15-inch wreath. I made this more for like a kitchen decor. So that's what we're going to do. This is a customer order. I think I'll do the bow first, actually. This is a customer order, so you may see me referencing my photo just to make sure that I do the design exactly as I had done the previous one and the one that she purchased. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the bow. And I've pre-measured my ribbon here. I'll tell you how much I have cut here. They're both 2.5 inches wide. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it looks like I have 8 feet of the check, and then 1, 2, 4 feet of the lemon pattern. We're going to start our base with this bright yellow. And the way I do my bows is I always just start by dovetailing the first end.
Okay, now that's kind of places. I want to go places too.
And then I left a pretty good tail on this one. I want to say it was probably about 8 inches. It might have even been a little longer. I'm going to err on the side of too long and go with 10 inches because I can always trim it off, but I can't add to it. Okay, so then I just pinch my ribbon right down in the middle, keeping these outside edges facing down on both sides. Twist it so that this loop here has the pretty side of the ribbon down, and then just stick it in my bow maker. And then our first loop is going to be 6 inches. Okay, and then again, twist. So your pretty side is up on this side, and the pretty side is down on this side. We're going to do this again, and what we're going to do is 3 loops on each side. We're going to do them all at 6 inches. Oh, you guys, hold on. I don't have my measurement right here. There's 6 inches. Okay. Now 6 inches, and each time we go to do a new loop on the other side, we want to make sure we're twisting so that our pretty ribbon is always on the outside of our loops.
As we look at a split screen of Scranton, Pennsylvania, where the President Biden, is participating in a campaign event. That is expected 2 o'clock Eastern time.
I'm using an M's, I think it's Stow and Go bow maker is what it's called. I like it because it folds up nice and compact. It's very similar to using an easy bow maker, though, if you've used one of those.
And we will also hear the President's remarks from there shortly.
This one just takes up less room for me when it's not in use, so I tend to go with it more.
Convictions against him. He is serving a life sentence in the 2002 death of his pregnant wife and unborn child. The senior correspondent Claudia Cowan is live for us in Redwood City, California. Claudia, what happened in court today?
Hi, Trace. It was a pretty short hearing, just about 20 minutes.
And my tails are off, which means I did measure it wrong, but that's okay. We'll just trim this one a little bit. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put my scissors there to hold that. You guys make sure you say hi and let me know you're here if you're watching. That way I know whether I'm talking to myself or talking to somebody else. If you watch later on replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay also so I will know and can thank you. Okay, so with the lemon ribbon now, we're going to do 2 loops on each side, and I'm going to make the tail about 1 inch shorter. So I'm just going to use the tail that's already there and make it about 1 inch shorter. Pinch it the same way I did the last time. I'm going to twist it and then put it straight down in. That's too short, so I didn't do a good job measuring. Sometimes when you pinch it like that and then twist it, it pulls it up. So a lot of times I have to redo it. Okay, that's better. And now we're going to do the first loop. And in this one, I'm also measuring by the bottom. I'm going to come in about 1 inch for about 2 finger twists.
We're reading an update from the Pentagon. A briefing will be happening shortly as Israel weighs its response to Iran's attacks over the weekend. Senator Joni Ernst and retired General Jack Keane are on deck ahead of that.
Plus, a bombshell report.
We're doing the same thing with twisting in the middle. I might have made my loops too big because I'm running short of ribbon for what I should be. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to start this all over. Sorry. I think I did my loops way too big. I made this design last year, and I know that I should not be running short on ribbon. So we're going to do the tail at 8 inches instead. And I think the loops are 5 inches. So sorry for the inconvenience, you guys. Do the exact same process. I'm just going to change the measurement of my loops and my tails. So we got an 8-inch tail and 5-inch loops. I forgot we're working this as a 15-inch wreath base, so I probably did do them smaller. Try to redo this more quickly.
Find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. Call Coventry Direct today at 800-496-9200 or visit CoventryDirect.com.
I'm Jonathan Lawson, here to tell you about life insurance through the Colonial Penn program. If you're age 50 to 85 and looking to buy life insurance on a fixed budget,
We need one more loop on this side.
What are the 3 P's?
the 3 P's of life insurance on a fixed budget are price, price, and price. A price you can afford.
Yeah, yes, that is definitely better.
And a price that fits your budget.
So 8-inch tail, 5-inch loops on each side. The bottom ribbon, we have 3 loops and 3 loops.
I'm 65 and take medications. What's my price? Also $9.95 a month.
I just turned 80. What's my price?
$9.95 a month for you too.
Okay. Now this needs dovetail, but I'm going to do that after I attach my bow together. That way I don't risk pulling everything apart here in the middle.
Options start at $9.95
I use my scissors to hold that while I straighten out my ribbon that I messed up and had to start over with.
And this plan has guaranteed lifetime rate.
Okay, so this one will be 7-inch tail because we're going to go 1 inch shorter.
Free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary plan. And it's yours free, just for calling. So call now for free information.
I always try to make sure I pull my tails down as I go and position them where I want them. So that way when I attach everything with the pipe cleaner, it's kind of already in that direction that I want it to stay. And then I don't have to do as much adjusting.
I'm a dentist. I've been practicing for 44 years. In my practice, we talk to patients about their...
Now this lemon ribbon's a little thinner, so you might notice me struggling with it more. The canvas ribbon is really nice for bows. This ribbon is like a lemon type ribbon. It's a little bit harder for me to work with.
As you get older, that sometimes gets shoved to the side. And balance of nature has been one of the best supplements to fill the void in the fruit and vegetable area. When I did this, I felt a noticeable difference. I felt better. Anytime you can feel better, I don't care what age you're at. You know, that's a big plus. I don't stuff anything down.
And I still got this one too big, I think.
But hey, this has worked for me.
Yes.
Try to balance in nature. Simple, easy, take it, and it's going to help.
Apparently my struggle is going to be real today, you guys.
Plus $10 off any additional set as a preferred customer by using discount code FOXNEWS.
This is the danger of trying to recreate something that you made previously.
Try to lay your hand flat against the surface. If you can't,
Just trying to get it exactly right and exactly the same way so that your customer gets exactly what they expect.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. With the Chase e-card, we got up and running in no time.
earn unlimited 1.5% cash back with urgency. Chase 8 Business Unlimited card. Chase for business.
As we top off the new hour here, we are moments away from history. House Republicans are about to send articles of impeachment against DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas to the Senate. Only one cabinet official has ever been impeached in U.S. history.
Okay, and then we have one more step on the bow.
Reporters on the Hill to capture the moment. We expect to see House impeachment managers escort the articles.
We are going to make a loop here for the middle. And I'm going to kind of just hold it up here and gauge the size.
Great to see you.
Probably do about 2.5 finger widths,
This is America
or maybe 3.
Bring that to you when it begins, but we begin with a Fox News alert on President Biden.
So I'm just making this into a loop, basically just folding it in half. Let me give you the measurement of
So that was
this.
just a few moments ago. Students heckling President Biden as he arrives.
So I cut this to about 7 inches.
Campaigns in his hometown of Scranton.
I'm going to make a little loop, and then I'm just going to scrunch it on the end, giving myself enough room back here, probably about 1/2 inch, to slide it down in here and attach it.
And as Israel creeps closer to a response to Iran, President Biden and world leaders now urging caution to prevent igniting a wider.
Okay, and then I'm putting my pipe cleaner between the 2 sticks on the bow maker, and then I'm just going to lift it up, pull that pipe cleaner to the back, making sure not to let the stack of ribbons slip, and holding it tight. And then I'm just going to pull it really tight and twist, and I'm twisting inward so that it is tightening it around the ribbon. And then I need to trim up these tails.
3 days of campaigning in Pennsylvania, thousands of miles away, Israel has warned that Iran
I've got them way off.
for its massive missile and drone attack on Israel this weekend. White House officials said the success of coalition defenses against that attack sends a strong message to Iran, and officials in Washington stressed the president wants to dial down the fight in the region.
And then we just need to fluff our bow.
The president has been very clear that we stand with Israel in their self-defense, but we really don't want to see a wider war, a wider regional conflict, and we don't seek war with Iran.
Just trying to even these up a little bit.
Work with its allies on economic sanctions to continue disrupting the Iranian regime's destabilizing.
Pulling our tails down. Usually when I'm fluffing this style of bow, I start with this little loop I've got here in the middle, and I just center it out like that. And then I take these and pull one down and one up.
As a foreign terrorist organization, for God's sakes, I don't understand.
Same thing on this side. Doing the opposite direction. And then if my loops look uneven, which they do, I try to straighten those out. There we go. And then the 3 in the back, I leave one of them straight out in the middle here, and then the 2 in the back, I separate those, pulling one down and one up. And it takes a little bit of working with it because it wants to, your ribbons want to move where they want to go, so you got to kind of work with them and get them to stay.
Leading Democrats are turning their backs on Israel at this most desperate and important time.
Okay, and the same thing on this side, one down and one up.
Yes, I think there is a frustration out across.
And then make sure you're fluffing the loops.
We need to step up and support Israel.
And then, of course, even after doing all of this, when I put it on the wreath, I'll have to refluff it and straighten it again.
Escalation by Iran against Israel. We have seen Arab nations come to the defense of Israel. So we can say that it is Iran.
So this is our little lemon bow. Hi, honey.
But again, unprecedented escalation by Iran, and this is a time when we all need to come together. Stand
Let me see
by
down.
our friend Israel.
Okay, so now that we have our bow done, this is a really easy design. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my battery pack here and put my bow so that the battery pack is at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and attach this.
So in the short term, if they do decide to retaliate immediately against Iran,
And this frame does have slots where we can feed the pipe cleaner through to tie it. I just have to find them. Down under all this greenery.
in the long term, though, we've got to get serious about enforcing the oil sanctions against Iran. I just heard in the clip that you played, yes, we have sanctioned
There we
Iran,
go.
but the point is this administration refuses to enforce those sanctions. So it's one thing to put it on a piece of paper, it's another thing to actually stand up and do it. So we need to start interdicting the illicit oil.
I've almost got it.
And make sure that we continue
There we
to put
go.
pressure on
And now I just got to make sure that as I pull that down tight, my bow is laying straight the way that I want it to, because this bow is going to go at the bottom of the wreath design, and pull it really tight. And then I'm just twisting the pipe cleaner around itself to secure it.
The president has been very clear that we stand with Israel in their self-defense, but we really don't want to see a wider war, a wider regional conflict.
Okay, and after I get it twisted good and tight, I'm just going to take the end of the pipe cleaner. I'm going to clip off some of the extra, because we don't want that to show. And then this little piece that's left here, I'm just going to tuck that up inside of the design so that it's not visible. It will be covered by the leaves.
That was the Deputy Pentagon
Okay.
Secretary. What does that exchange tell you, Senator?
Well, it's just a continuation of.
And we'll fluff again after we attach the lemons and the other things. But this is what we have so far with the bow attached.
Israel, we are going to stand with you.
Okay.
The answer to the question should be clear. We will.
And then I have, I'm going to use my glue gun to attach my lemons, but I have my glue pot here ready for the florals and stuff that we're going to attach. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off the berries that we need. When I did this design, I used 5 bunches of the berries. And so I'm just leaving a little bit of a stem on there so that I have plenty that can grab and hold on when I glue this down in there. And those stems will be hidden in between the boxwood leaves. So, so we've got those 2, and then we need 3 more.
To settle a policy disagreement. Talk about awful presidents. This would set an awful precedent for Congress.
Senator, quickly your response and where this goes.
Yes, we will receive those articles of impeachment in just mere moments.
Okay, so I think that's all the berries we need, but I'll lay that there just in case. And then I already have some of the flower stems cut. I had cut them for a previous project, so I'm just going to sort the 2 different kinds that we have, because when I did the design, I rotated them all the way around.
Constitutional duty in Congress to take up those impeachment articles and hold a trial. This will be the first.
Let's see if the glue gun is hot yet.
There has not been a
We're going to do our lemons next.
decides to table those articles of impeachment. Only one other time have we not had a trial, and simply because there was a resignation.
I'm just going to pre-place some.
A trial. Secretary Mayorkas should be held accountable.
All right, sounds like we'll see some action there in the next few minutes on the Hill. We will be watching it, Senator. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra.
I'm going to move the greenery around so they lay the way I want them to. This is a smaller size wreath, so that's why we're only going to use 4 lemons. More than that would be overpowering.
Well, chants like that heard coast to coast yesterday as anti-Israel protesters brought traffic to a standstill. They shut down the Golden Gate Bridge here in California for hours. Bill Lucian is live with more on that. What sort of consequences, if any, Bill, are these protesters facing?
This one's really biting me over here.
Consequences based on what we're hearing. Those protesters who blocked that bridge yesterday, we're told by the San Francisco DA's office, will not have any court appearances today just yet because it's still too soon after their arrest. But we'll take you back to yesterday. This was the scene on the iconic Golden Gate Bridge.
Okay, so I'm just going to start. I think I've got this hot enough. Take my glasses off so I don't drip glue all over myself. I can't see up close with my glasses.
You can see the result here, an effective shutdown.
Using a very healthy amount of glue. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this glue gun off because it does get very hot.
themselves together using PVC pipes. CHP tells Fox News more than
And I'm just pulling up some of these box leaves so that the lemon kind of looks like it's resting down inside of the leaves, and rather than just laying on top. Getting glue everywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to do this next one. Again, I'm using a lot of glue, and I might have to jump up and grab another glue stick. Being very dangerous here. I'm going to hold these for just a minute. Let's start setting up. Okay, and then come on around to this one. And so far, California Governor Gavin Newsom hasn't made any public or statement or comment about the protesters. Yep, I need another glue stick. Just a second. We have reached out to him to see if he'd like to see some consequences for them. We're yet to hear back. No surprise on that. Bill Belushi live for us here. Bill, thank you, Sandra. Okay, sorry about that. Should have checked that before I started. When you're doing this, if you're using a really hot glue, be very careful because it likes to drip off of the plastic lemons and get on your skin. Okay, and then our last one, I might turn this around. Maybe that's why it's giving me so much trouble. Okay, let me hold this one just a minute. This is a very quick, easy project. So we really don't have too much to do. We're going to glue our berries in and our flowers in, and that'll be it. I'll look at my picture real quick and make sure I put the berries in the right place. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start with the berries. And I'm just going to, that stem that I showed you that I left on there, I'm just going to dip that in my glue pot. Get a decent amount of glue. And then I'm going to put the first one right in here between these two lemons. This next one up here between these two lemons. And then this one, this is a nice, quick, easy craft for when you don't want something that's too detailed, just kind of relaxing. Okay, and then we're going to put another one over here on each side of the bow, so that's where our last two berries will go. I love my glue pot, but I make a mess with glue no matter what I'm using, so. Okay. So those are just kind of sticking out from under our bow there. Do the same thing on this side. And that was driving me crazy. Okay, and now with these flowers, I just kind of glued all the way around, some of them to the inside, some of them to the outside, and I just rotated between the two colors. So that's what we're going to do. They're very similar flowers, even though they're different names. One's this just a little more white with just a hint of yellow in the center, and this one's got lemon yellow tint. I'm going to do the same thing with these. I left a little bit of stem on there. And these are going to stick out kind of like they're growing naturally in their natural environment. So they're not going to be a consistent uniform pattern. They just go out, and then I do some of them to the inside. Actually, I need to do this one and then the white one. And I am putting them not just on top of the wreath, but also coming out the side of the wreath. So some will be up here on the top, and then some will be on the side. Okay, this stem is a little bit too long, so I'm going to take that part out. And you have to watch with your glue too, because sometimes these thinner stems will melt if your glue is too hot. So that's another reason I like the glue pot, because I can control the temperature of it better than I can with my glue gun. I do have a low temperature glue gun, but I don't use it very often, only very few projects. Allergies are getting the best of me. I have these too close together. There we go. And we're almost done. A couple more floral stems here, and we're going to call this project complete. If anybody has any questions, either now or watching replay, just make sure you leave a comment, and I will make sure that I check those and get back to you as quickly as I can. This one doesn't want to go where I want it to go. There we go. Okay. Fix the bow one more time, sort of. And I'll Wood pot. Okay, and so here we go. Quick and simple, cute little lemon design. Perfect to hang in your kitchen or anywhere that you have lemon decor. Okay, thank you guys for watching and joining me. Thank you, honey, for watching and joining me. And you guys have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.